You gotta be kidding me. You know what? I feel insulted as a gamer and as an Xbox fan. You know, when I heard the status of this game at launch, my jaw hit the floor. Welcome back to the channel and to another video. This is DadMod Gaming. I am Columbango, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about Redfall launching at 30 frames per second, only 30 frames per second in quality mode, no performance mode at launch. Needless to say, I have some problems with this. Check out this Bango bit from DMG Live. You can find other Bango bits right up here. Let's get into this. Redfall is launching on Game Pass at 30 frames per second in the quality mode. I have a couple of problems with this, okay? Number one, if you're going to launch a game, I'm all about leaving the game in the oven, so to speak, letting the devs do their cooking, okay? Do what they got to do to make the game launch as optimized as possible. In this day and age, if you have a game launching at 30 frames per second on these types of consoles, whether it's the Xbox Series S or the Xbox Series S, if you're launching a game at 30 frames per second, that is a slap in the face to your consumers. Okay, as harsh as that sounds, that is a slap in the face to people like me who subscribe to Game Pass. It's a slap in the face to people who go out and buy Redfall for probably $70, okay? How do you launch a game at 30 frames with the tech inside of these machines? It tells me this. It tells me that Redfall is still not ready, but Xbox last year came out and said, we're going to launch Redfall in this 12-month window. They said that last year at their Xbox game showcase for 2022. They said that last year, and they already had to push it back, and they want to make that window. That's what that tells me. So we're going to release the game in quality mode at 30 frames per second, not the 60 frames performance mode, just the quality mode, and we just got to get the game out. And that is a big problem I have with modern day gaming, okay? If I bought a game on the Sega Genesis, say I went out and I bought Sonic the Hedgehog 2 or Sonic the Hedgehog 3, on Sega Genesis, I got the cartridge, I put the cartridge in the system, and the game worked. I had the full game. There were no problems with the game. I never ran into any kind of bugs. The game just played, and the game was great. Nowadays, when these games are connected to the internet, these developers can push out patches to fix little mistakes. But it's an easy excuse to release a game that is not finished, nor is that game polished. And if I'm going to open up my wallet and pay $70 for a brand new game, which I really believe these games are worth $70, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that go into making these games, and I'm not taking away from those people at all. I give these developers all the credit, but I'm tired of paying for a game that's not complete. To not have a 60 frames or 60 frames performance mode or whatever you want to call it in Redfall from the jump is a slap in the face. I'm not going to play it. I was already on the fence about Redfall. It looked okay to me. I am skipping it until that performance mode comes out. Right now, I'm playing Dead Space. I'm right at the end of Dead Space. I jumped on the quality mode for a minute, and I was playing it on 30 frames in the quality mode, and I'll tell you what, everybody, after playing 60 frames on console standard, I can't go back to 30 frames. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. The game is not smooth to me. It's choppy. It just looks terrible. Not even that it looks terrible. It just feels terrible to play. I can't do it. 60 is like the bare minimum. Plus, I play a lot of games on PC. And forget about it. 60 is slow. I mean, I don't really notice a big difference between 60 and 120. That's just me. I'm happy with 60. But nowadays, the game has to launch at 60. And I think it's insulting, okay? Xbox, Microsoft, Bethesda, they should come out and say, you know what? Redfall's not ready. The game's not ready. We need more time. And you know what I would have said? I would have said, okay, Take your time. Because if I'm going to invest my time in any of these games, and my time is limited, folks, okay? I don't have that much game time, okay? I just had my 5th kid, okay? I take care of them full time. My wife works full time. I don't have time to play a game that I'm not into, okay? And playing a game at 30 frames per second is not going to do it for me, okay? And I find it to be insulting, okay? How do you release a game like that? Let these developers do what they got to do and release both versions. Now, some people might like the quality mode, okay? They want that 4K, those visuals, and they don't care about the frame rate. Fine. I'm not knocking those people at all. But me personally, when I play a game, give me a crisp 1080p, okay, or a 1440p, and give me at least 60 frames. To release a game not having that mode in this day and age is just insulting. And what other bugs are going to be in the game when it's released? If you're not releasing a 60 frames mode, a performance mode, what other problems are going to be there? What other modes are they going to have? How deep is this game really going to be? They get shining up with the gunplay, which looked very good. The map looks very good, okay? The enemy types look okay to me. I think vampires are a little played out, but that's just me. But, I mean, I'll still play it if I think the game looks good. I eventually want to get into Evil West. That's like a monster vampire game, but the gameplay looks solid. That game's running at 60 frames. But anyhow, that's my thoughts on it. I just find it very insulting that they're even releasing this game with just the quality mode, okay? And if you don't have Game Pass and you're paying for this game, I would wait. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not playing it at launch. I was going to, I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not interested and playing a game that's not at 60. Well, there you have it, folks. Those are my thoughts on Redfall launching at 30 frames per second, quality mode only at launch, no performance mode. In this day and age, I just can't see playing a game at 30 frames per second. This isn't the beginning of the Xbox One generation. This is current gen hardware. We're not even in next gen anymore. The Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series S, the PS5, these consoles have been out for a couple of years, and to have a game launch at 30 frames per second is just an insult at this point. Thanks so much for watching to the end of this video, and of course, if you like what you see, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to DadMod Gaming, share this video, and ring that bell to enable all notifications so you're aware of all future content on the channel. I'll catch you in the next one.